mid-game. And we bring the hammer down. Oof, we bring the hammer down on the zombies. And that, of course, is going to be a zombo breaker. There, I did. Welcome back, everybody, to the show. I am your host, as always, Jay Villain, aka that Villain Jay. And tonight we have a very special treat with you. With you, for you, I guess. Let me tell you, man, I know the prevailing feeling about mono white. Listen, I don't even like mono white that much, but there's some good combos in here, guys. I'm trying to do it a little bit different. So thank you for sticking around. Thank you for clicking on this if you have. Because everybody feels a certain way about mono white. Well, I want more Aggro. We have some good combos to pull off here. There's a lot of new mono white cards that I want to focus on. And this one is actually not that expensive. I'm not even sure I have a mythic rare in it. So it's a little bit of a cheaper version. Let's take a look, guys. It's more Aggro. Very effective in ranked. This is probably the most meta deck that I've made in a while. Yeah, I don't think I have a mythic rare. There's rares in here, but there's no mythic rares, so it's a no mythic rare one. So before we get started, I need you to do something for me, though. You know what that is? Tenderly press that like button. Gently press that subscribe button. Or else, guys, the like and subscribe is going to maul you with his vicious werewolf claws. It's gonna happen, folks. He's gonna just brutalize you with his claws. Join us on a stream every night at twitch.tv/thatvillainj for all the live streaming goodness. We would love to have you there. Shout out to all the first-time streamers. I think we got a new guy tonight. I can't remember his name yet. He's not here anymore, but I will get him next time. You can check out our Discord community for all the latest news and information. And, of course, this deck and all the other ones can be found down below on my AetherHub. Got to go down, click in the description, find the AetherHub, and you will get the copy of this deck. So, what are we looking at here? One of my new MVP favorites. How is this a common, guys? How is this? It's such a good card, man. Lunarch Veteran. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. 1 drop, 1/1, and then you can disturb it so that he's the opposite with Luminous Phantom. Whenever another creature card leaves the battlefield, you gain 1 life. So you get coming and going if you get 2 of them out. Listen, man, this card should belong in any kind of white deck, any kind of life gain shell. He is so useful. So, Darkest Times, Avids and Light still guides us. Absolutely. Paladin class. If you don't want Paladin class, you can go with something else, but I really do like it. We are trying to kind of be anti-meta here with spells your opponents cast during your turn cost 1 more to cast. So those counter spells, you start locking them out. When we combine that down here with Thalia, we really start bringing on the pain there. Creatures you control get 1/1. Whenever you, for 3 there, which is similar to Glorious Anthem. And whenever you attack until the end of turn, target attacking creature gets 1/1 for each other attacking creature and gains double strike. That's going to be useful because we are going to be absolutely loading the board with people. So that's what we're going to be doing there. If you can't afford that, if you want to do a Rally the Ranks, I'm not mad at you. You can just do a human Rally the Ranks. Well, that's a rare anyways, but you can change it out. But I really do like Paladin for that. Even that spells your opponent's cast on your turn. That really affects the counterspell, the blue. Traveling Minister. This is another common. A 1/1 drop. Target creature you control gets +1 until the end of turn. You gain 1 life. Activate only as a sorcery. Very good for approving white aggro life gain. And I'm going to show you what his best friend or her best friend is. Traveling Minister. For mono white aggro, this is definitely life gain aggro. This is definitely a nice card to swap in. Beaming Defiance. I don't know if people know about this card, guys. If we're getting hit with removal, you have the option of Indestructible or Hexproof. And I went with Hexproof on that because of the amount of direct targeted removal. If you want to go for Indestructible, sure, you could go with Adamant Will or Flare of Faith or anything like that, Valorous Stance. I'm going with Beaming Defiance because 2/2, that extra damage boost, and applies to everything. It's similar to Flare of Faith. It gets 3/3 Indestructible. That's only if it's a human, though. This one gets Hexproof. until the end of turn. So we're going with Beaming Defiance. But any one of these kind of indestructibility instances is going to be great. Valorous Stance, Flare of Faith, Adamant Will, any one of those are going to be fine for you. Fateful Absence, yes, you're going to need removal. If you want to put Lockout, if you want to put some Exile or something like that for a little bit more, Borrowed Time, that's fine too. It's a little bit more expensive, and it only puts it in something like that. But that is a cheaper option. I'm trying to give you just cheaper options all around, in case you want to change it up, in case you don't have the rares. So I'd want to make this a little bit more accessible. But anything that's going to slot in there to hit for removal is going to be useful. Sun Gold Sentinel. We're only going 3 of these. I really do like her. She's a really cool card, and she has a very cool sword and armor. 3/2 aggressive white card. We're seeing more of these. Usually white had more toughness than power, but they seem to be shifting that around a lot. A Human Soldier. Whenever Sun Gold Sentinel enters the battlefield or attacks, exile 1 card from the graveyard. Fantastic stuff if they're hitting a Disturb deck. Even those Dimir decks that are running Siphon Insight and Memory Deluge, a whole bunch, get them out of the graveyard. And then, of course, with Coven, you choose a color. Sun Gold Sentinel gains hexproof from that color and can't be blocked by creatures of that color in this turn. I don't know why they just didn't give it protection, but whatever. Activate only if you control 3 or more creatures with different powers. So Sun Gold Sentinel's doing it. Tanuki says he's a big fan of Valorous Stance. So, if you want Valorous Stance, go for it. That's a good one. And this one is a common, so this one's uncommon in case you don't have it. Dahlia, Garden of Thraben. There's a reason why everybody said they were happy about this card coming back. A 2/1 first strike for 2. Non-creature spells cost 1 more to cast. We do have non-creature spells, okay? So that's anything. That's enchantments. That's artifacts, if they're not a creature. That's anything that's not a creature is 1 more. Combined with Paladin, if they're trying to get off a lot of different spells, if they're trying to get off a lot of instants and sorceries, this really does slow them down. And the idea is to slow them down, and we move fast and white and really, really, really hurt them. So that's kind of the idea. You can double down on this if you want more Thalias and more Paladins to slow them down. That's kind of your anti-meta tech right there. And here we have one of my new favorite cards, Voice of the Blessed. This, guys, is so powerful. If you watched my counter video, my Selesnya counter, Stand and Fight, go watch that one after you're done watching this one. But he is a main source of power in that one. Or she. I don't know. It's a ghost. It's hard to tell. It's a ghost wearing a big coat. Whenever you gain life, put a 1/1 counter on Voice of the Blessed. As long as Voice of the Blessed has 4 or more counters on it, against Flying and Vigilance. And then, of course, it has 10 or more counters, it gets indestructible. Fantastic stuff. It's really good. How are we gaining life, folks? Between Traveling Minister and Lunarch Veteran. That's who's our life gainers. Traveling Minister can immediately give it 1 life and a 1/1, and Lunarch as soon as it hits the battlefield. So you can actually get 2 counters on it, on turn 3 if you're useful with Voice of the Blessed there. You can get some other cards that will add more 1/1 counters. I don't mind anything to get there, to get that to that 6/6 and that 10/10. That 6/6 and that 12/12 will absolutely do it. Because then you'll have Flying, Vigilance, Indestructible, and that is a tough thing to deal with. If you have an Indestructible 12/12 Flying with Vigilance, they're going to need board wipes, they're going to need some to get rid of you, or exile or something. So very powerful. Adeline, Resplendent Cathar. This card is probably one of my favorite white cards out of Midnight Hunt. She is awesome. A blank 4 with Vigilance. Her power is equal to the number of creatures you control. And then whenever you attack, not just attack with her, but when anybody attacks, create a 1/1 white human creature token that's tapped and attacking that player or planeswalker they control. This is the combo that we want, guys. We want Lunarch Veteran, Adeline, and Voice of the Blessed. Why? Because if we do this, we put out Voice of the Blessed, we gain a life when Lunarch is out. And then when we attack with somebody, we create a token, which means that when somebody enters the battlefield, we gain a life. So every time we attack with Voice of the Blessed, with Adeline on the board and Lunarch on the board, it immediately gets a 1/1 for each attack. And then if we add Traveling Minister, we can add another +1 for its attack, create 1 more life, and give it another +1. So it's gaining two 1/1 counters per attack per turn. brutal. That's just on those mechanics alone, and we can get that started. We can get that engine going by turn 3. That's a lot of hammer to swing on turn 3. So watch out for that, boys. Brutal Cathar, that's our exile. That's our other form of removal. We're going to need to control the board. I know we have 4 other removals, and we're going to want 4 Brutal Cathars here. Whenever this creature enters the battlefield or transforms into Brutal Cathar from its Moonrage Brute form, exile target creature an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. 2/2, it's Daybound, and then Nightbound form, it's a first strike 3/3, pay 3, and it becomes a Nightbound. At pay 3 life for its ward, and that is the Nightbound version. Fantastic stuff there. We want to make sure this is protected. That's why they try to hit it with targeted removal. That's where you want your Beaming Defiance or Indestructibles on Brutal Cathar there. Really, really good. Especially that ward, especially in night form. If you specifically want to exile something, make sure you don't cast any spells when it's in Moonrage Brute form, and immediately when it transforms back, it gets to exile another creature. So that's the trick on there. You got to be able to use these by manipulating the night and day mechanic. We have 4 Maul of the Skyclays. I'm confident that you've probably got enough of these. Unless you're very, very new to the game, I'm confident you got enough of these. Because this one came out a while ago, and it's a very good card. 1 white and 2, it immediately attaches when it hits the battlefield. 2/2 flying and first strike. This will turn anybody into an absolute threat. If you don't want to do 4, you could probably get away with 3. I'm not going to lie, you could get away with 3. Absolutely. It is a little bit more expensive to equip later on, but that's why we kind of have 4. We can just keep casting new ones and getting them. I like to imagine that way it works is you pick it up, you go flying up in the air, and then you bring it down anime style and smash it down with a huge explosion crater with bits of rock and debris living everywhere. I figure that's how it makes you fly, kind of like just doing super jumps into the air. Really good stuff. You can get away with 3. You don't need to. You don't need all 4, but hey, why not? Anything worth overdoing is worth overdoing, right? 2 Caves of the Frost Dragon, 19 snow-covered plains, and 3 Faceless Havens. You can see that I am breaking my own rule, and I'm going with a lot of lands this time. I'm going with full 24 lands. If you don't want to go with full 24 lands, you don't have to. The reason I'm doing it is man lands are kind of important right now. If you want to do more Cave of the Frost Dragons, more Faceless Havens, you can. They usually don't have enough Field of Runes. They can only put 4 Field of Runes in their deck, so having 5 of these will help it draw it out here. The amount of wipe and removal is ridiculous, so hey, we got to lean into it, guys. If we're trying to go meta, if we're trying to rank up, we got to lean into it and start using some man lands. I don't really like to. I'm sad that I have to. I'm kind of against the whole concept to begin with, but hey, needs must, I guess. We're looking here, 2.0 average. We have 24 lands, which is really, really high for me. I usually don't like that ratio. We have our lovely golden sky here, all white, 24 creatures. 20 of them are human. That's why I said you could use Rally the Ranks if you want. If you just want to do human, I prefer Paladin. 12 clerics, 3 knights, 9 soldiers, 4 spirits, 4 werewolves, 4 instants, 4 artifacts, 2 enchantments. Pretty simple overall. I think it's a little different than the standard mono white that's full of exile and spirits and stuff like that. So in case you want to pay mono white aggro, but you want to go for something a little spicy, a little different than your stock standard. Whoops, I forgot to show you on the alternate view there. There's really not too much to look at, but everybody, I know my vertical view haters, man, my team horizontal, rise up, man. I don't personally like horizontal, but there, you want to see it? That's what it looks like. 1, lots in 2, and 3. A little bit in 1, medium amount of 1, lots in 2, and then a little bit in 3. Nothing in 4. We're really going the aggro route here. So, Team Horizontal, I got you covered, man. Don't worry. Here we go. We're going to get into ranked and start to rip it up. Stormblood. Stormblood hasn't been part of the conversation in like 30 minutes. He's been doing something else. We went through all this complicated stuff. As soon as we mentioned edging, Stormblood comes back in. Oh, it was like when Fallen Angelo said Villainy last night. That's how I'm gonna make edging decks from now on, guys. Do you want to almost win and then not, and then have it be ruined at the end? Well, we got a deck. We got a deck for you, boys. This will get you almost there, and then back off. Man, that's funny. Oh my god. Mono white is your guys. I mean, it's the best thing going. What can I say? I'd at least do it different. You know you're gonna get a little bit different out of me. You're not gonna get the exile one. You're gonna get a little bit of a variety with me. XO Pi XO Pies Pies. Oh, there we go. I can't believe we're calling it an edging deck. Good lord. I usually do. I've made meme decks that actually work. I made that Halloween Orzhov deck that was just pumpkins, witches, goblins. Like, it was everything that was Halloween themed, and it fucking worked. I've made some nonsensical meme decks, and they absolutely should not work. And then they do. Alright, what does he want me to do? He wants me to discard a card? He's going to do that one. Okay. He's going to swing in with this big, gross eye. Come on, big, gross eye. Yeah, that's what you do. Alright, we'll do this. Whoops. We want that. We want that. We want that. Slam, hit, puff, 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 pass. And then we go swing, and then we go pop, we go swing, pop, and then we go, oh. And then, of course, he's got this, so he might Blood on the Snow us, but he's not there, because he's going to die next turn. So, Concealing Curtains, nope, he doesn't have the Blood on the Snow he needs. Acquisitions Expert, it's going to get rid of Fateful Absence, won't matter. Brutal Cathar, put that out, woof. Put that down, hit that, life gain. Swing. At least 9 damage with 2 more. Yeah, that's gonna be a no for me, dog. Hey, you played against my exact zombie deck. Nothing makes me happier than playing against somebody that I know is playing my deck. And the reason I know is playing my deck, first of all, if they're a watcher of the J Villains, they spam emotes, so I know that they know me. And number 2, there's certain cards that basically only I play, or card combos that like are very unusual unless you watch me. So a lot of times they'll message me afterwards and say, hey, it was me, Jay. I'm a big fan. Whatever. I watch your stuff. Abel Geltrix. I have done cheesy decks. I have done nonsensical ideas behind decks. I love making meme decks. Like, my Goth Girls deck is basically, can I make a deck that's all females and it works? Yes, it does. That's specific. It wasn't an accident that happened. Like, oh, check it out. It's also all females. I didn't notice that. Like, I specifically went out of my way to make that every single card art or creature in there is a female. That's the whole point behind the Goth Girl deck. So I definitely do those. And I love to. I love coming up with nonsense. Nothing makes me happier than nonsense. This combo, Adeline, Lunark, and Voice of the Blessed, is probably the absolute most brutal, because Voice of the Blessed immediately goes Super Saiyan. Watch, see, I was going to get one more for me coming in, and then when I attack, this is the combo that you want. And then when I attack, it gets one more, because a creature enters the battlefield, bop, 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 and we're already done. Like, turn 3 is already done. This is the combo you want. They don't have anything there. They're done. He doesn't have any. Even if he puts a creature in the way, I'm going to hit removal on it. He's dead. Didn't even help. Didn't even help, guys. Minister. Do that. Swing. Hit. 13. So that's going to be 15. 16, 17, that's going to be almost as much as he's got. There you go. Boom. Yeah, I've done that one. I've done that one, and generally the unblockable creatures end up killing the other guy before anything else can happen. Oh, look at that. Vanquish the Horde. You got me. You got me there, boys. Beaming Defiance. There he goes. And, of course, I ran out of gas right there. Of course, I drew another Beaming Defiance and then a creature. Generally, before the Vorpal Sword can even go off. Vorpal Sword just takes too long, man. There's too much rip to it. It just got way too much wind up. Yeah, it is very bad. They keep printing the same cards, man, that do the same thing. Like they're too scared of adding a different mechanic in. Like, stop fucking making board wipes. Every set doesn't need a goddamn board wipe in it or multiple board wipes. Like, let's just lean out of that a little bit. You've already got enough, man. Every set has had 2 or 3 board wipes in it, man. Let's just cool it. You know what I mean? Let's just cool it. It's probably got a snakeskin veil. Watch this. They need to come up with something, man. I feel like we're hitting the same notes every set release. I just feel like we're not getting anything new and exciting, man. We just aren't getting anything new and exciting. Let's see what he's got here. This is weird. This is a Naya Denial. It's a weird wild stuff here, folks. Swing in. But I just feel like we're getting the same stuff. Like, we're just getting the same thing over and over again. Devastating Mastery. Look at that. It's going to destroy all non-land permanents. There he goes. So this is just a Naya wipe. The whole idea here is just to use creatures, to use land creatures, and then not let Ed deny board state. So he'll never allow board state. So I wasn't unable to break it off in that early one. I can never win this game because he'll just never allow board state unless he gets. Well, he's tapped out now. So, let's see. Let's see if I can. Well, I'll try. Hey, thank you for coming by. Wreaking Havoc. Josh Newcomb. Okay, there we go. Ancient Green Warden. He's cuffing that one for a while. Let's do this. Next. No attacks. And turn. No, the balance is not fine. I'm sorry. Wizards can say that all they want. The balance is not fine. It is not fine. The problem that Wizards has, and I think this was one of my thesis statements from my original rant, is that yeah, he's gonna transform. Do 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 do. Why did I cast 2 spells? Because of this. So I could exile him. And now all those counters go away. Yes, Beaming Defiance, the card that nobody uses. +2/+2 and hexproof. It's an instant. Very useful. There we go. He's going to have to lose 3 if he wants to pop out Moonraging Brute. There we go. Come on, man. Swing in at me. Come on, shoot me. Shoot me. Yes. There we go. Pop. There you go. He's going to draw a card. I don't even think it's back. It's not even power level that's back. Well, I don't even think it's Eldraine because there's no one thing that's dominating. It's a couple of things that are a problem. So I don't even think we're back to where we were. Cinderclasm, there you go. Onto Inversion, yeah, I was waiting for a full wipe again. Let's put out this. Let's put out this. What do you got for me, man? Josh Newcomb 3D. Wow, he had a lot of cards in his deck. I didn't even realize that. And that's a mana. Yeah, that's a mana, buddy. That's a mana, buddy. Okay. He's just playing a wipe deck. He was playing a land wipe deck. That's the problem. They've made a powerful meta, but they haven't made a fun meta. They've leaned too hard into mechanics that aren't fun to play against. Here's the thing. There's a difference between decks that are fun to play and decks that aren't fun to play against. Like I've said, when I get beat by a cool deck, I'm impressed, man. I even said in my other time when that guy broke my streak with that brutal deck, I was like, bro, I have not seen that before. That is cool, man. I'm not even mad. It was a clean win, bro. But when you're just getting turned or infinite looped, nobody likes to be on the receiving end of that, man. Or when you're just getting wipe after wipe after wipe after wipe or full control, nobody likes to be on the receiving end of that. You know? That's the difference. All right, let's keep this. I like this. Traveling Minister. So I'll tell you one of my favorite things. Yeah, I knew he was gonna pop him off the rip. So you ever see? Okay, this is turns. I guarantee you, this is as it turns. Oh, Fire Channel. Maybe it's mono red. Okay. Voice of the Blast. So one of my favorite things, if you ever watch boxing matches or MMA, And then occasionally you'll see people that have a lot of beef and they're mad at each other or whatever. But you know what I love even more than that? When after the fight, these dudes are punch drunk, and the dude comes up, the guy who lost, and he comes up and he goes, I just want to say that this guy right here, he's the best fighter in the world. And I love him like my brother, and he's family to me. And I just want to tell you that you're the best that ever was, my guy. And I love that. I think that's so funny to me, and it's such a pure. The dude's just been battered to death by this guy, and the dudes are hugging each other, and they're like, "It was such a good fight, man. Oh, it was such a good fight. I just love fighting you, bro. It's so fun." I love that, man. That's what I want to feel when I'm done playing a game of Magic. I just want to say this was great. We did a really good job of fighting. That's my goal right there. Flame Channeler. What do we want here? What do we want to pop here? The meta has built too many decks that don't actually let you play Magic. Yeah, it leaned heavily into control. That is a problem. The power of control decks went through the fucking roof. Like, control decks are like just out of control, crazy powerful. That's one of the problems too. They've got a cool control. Exactly. One of those deep games that it's like, but the whole face of Magic is changing. Like, they don't even want you to really play Magic that much, man. Your opponent doesn't want you to play Magic. Wizards doesn't want you to play Magic. Look at this, man. This is a pretty solid, respectable mono red. He's playing in the ladder with a classic mono red, bro. Cool. Yeah, go for it, bro. Like, for sure. You know what I mean? And he's not even out of gas. He's not even out of gas. Let's see what he does here. He might be able to hit me with direct damage. He might be able to direct damage me out. He may play the top turn, Embodiment of Flame. Bro, mono red, Tanuki can tell you, mono red is not even remotely as good in this sphere, in this space. It's bad, man. Mono red took a fucking shit the bed this set, man. Oh, look at that. Pinged me off with the shock. You like to see it. I love... That's the part of the reason, guys. Everyone... Oh, Frostbite, bro. A shock will win you more games than a Frostbite will. Sorry. Just the way it is, man. A shock will win you more games than a Frostbite will. Easy. A shock will win you more games than a Frostbite will. Mono Red, absolutely. Mono Red's usually up there as a contender. Like, Blue was so ascendant over Mono Red that I don't even think that it was even a fucking competition, man. Mono red is, I don't even think it's in the meta right now. Ooh, I can do it. Oh, when you run play with fire and the shock, you're serious about your burn, man. Tanuki wants to send that guy a letter. Hey, I couldn't get my Thalia out. My Thalia would have stopped a lot of that, but couldn't get my Thalia out. I never minded playing against mono red. Here's the thing: mono red has been a thing in Magic since Magic started, so it's not like I'm surprised by it. Like I don't know. I've been mono redded enough that it doesn't really matter. But the other thing I have to say to that is that like you know, Diagraph Rebirth. Yeah, we'll take that flashback out of there. Hunt for Specimen. Blocks a 3 on a plane. Yeah, I remember that. That was many a years ago, man. Many a year ago. Let's put down another Traveling Minister. And then let's swing for the fences. Ooh, look at that. Ooh, look at that, boys. Look at that. We can add that. Let's swing in. I'll get rid of Hunt for Specimen. Pop. There we go. I'm about to really just say, like, screw it, man. All I'm going to do is play black. Oh, he's targeting it. He's targeting it. Utaka. What are you going to do, Utaka? You got a Pest Meat Hook deck. I like it. It's off meta. I like it. There's Pest Summoning. Okay. There's Brutal Cathar. Let's just put Brutal Cathar out. How many cards have I exiled at this point? Quite a few. Hey, well, thank you for coming, Redacted. Field trip. Oof. It's not going great for him. A mana would be great. A creature would be great. Any one of those would be really good. Fateful Absence, not what I needed. Pop. Okay. Ooh, look at that. I turned into a werewolf. Hopefully I can teach you a trick about ward. Guys, before you do hexproof or protection on something... Oh, there's a Scoot Swarm, ladies and gentlemen. There's a Scoot Swarm, though. Oh, let's get this guy out of the way right there. Basic Conjuration. Yeah, that ain't gonna help, Chief. Yeah. Take that Suit Swarm for you, thank you, sir. Put down Voice of the Blessed. We'll swing. Exile Scoot Swarm from the graveyard. I guess the idea is to meat hook yourself with a ton of scoots on the board, and that way that everybody dies. So you can actually you lose so much that everybody dies. Hopefully he doesn't have another meat hook, because that's gonna really prolong this. Oh my God! Look at that. Brutal Cathar will make it, but nobody else will. Ooh, that's a bad guy right there. Luckily we have something we can apply for that. Head on, apply directly to forehead. Head on, apply directly to forehead. Come on, do it, man. Try to get me. I double dog dare you try to get me right here, bro. Oh, look at that. Okay. I don't think he has enough. Yeah, you don't got enough. You don't got enough. Pop, pop, pop. There you go. I do want to do Dreadfast. I might do a Dreadfast eventually. He's expensive, man. He's tricky to use. That's the issue. But I guess you could black ramp to Dreadfast, huh? Golgari is a good shell for him, but I was also thinking that Rakdos might be a good shell for him. A Rakdos sacrifice with Dreadfast. I could do it. I could probably do it. You want to see me do it? You want to see me do it? I'll do it tomorrow night. How about that? You want to do a Rakdos Demons tomorrow night, boys? And girls. We could do it. I could do it. We could definitely do it. You want to do it? Let's do it. Rakdos Treasure? Yeah. Oh, man, I'm really eating through these, cards, huh? I don't like, well, I don't have enough power out the gate on that one. I'm going to mull that one. That's not great either, but I'll accept it. Rakdos Treasure with him. Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. I'm going to get hit with removal. Oh my God, I didn't. Yeah, you did hear Rakdos Demons. Stormblood picks up when he hears edging and demons. That's what brought him back. That's what's brought him back each time. We know where your priorities are. No, we know where your priorities are, Stormblood. Let's get rid of iTwitch. Listening to the new cut on different headphones and devices, bro. You're going deep into this, Stormblood. I feel I owe you like $1,000, man. This level of this, I don't even think like a professional dudes that, you know, get paid $300 an hour for professional mixing get this much dedication, bro. Like, for real, dog. You're going too hard, man. I feel like I gotta step up my game to get on your level, bro. I'm shocked if he doesn't hit me with removal here. I'd be shocked if he doesn't hit me with removal. Hit the hammer. That's weird. Oh, he's a mimic. Don't try to... Oh, he's actually a chest that eats you, so be careful. I played a game of D&D where we had a mimic, and it was our friend. We actually recruited it, and we just bought him like a big barrel full of garbage that he just ate. It was pretty funny. It was pretty alright, I'd have to say. Ooh, okay. Alright, I can react to pretty much anything he does here. One block and one block. Alright, we're gonna do this.
My will cannot be denied.
I think we just called him Mimic. And so he just went to like the butcher shop and in the town and just bought him a big fucking barrel full of garbage. And we just kept our stuff in him. And we never got robbed. So... I don't know how we convinced him that that would be a better... I don't know how we convinced him that that would be a better opportunity for him just to not hide in the dungeon. I think we told him that. They're like, how long have you been down here? He's like, oh, I've been down here like 600 years. I was like, well, when was the last time you ate something? And he was like, you know, a while. It's been a while. Like, I ate a goblin 200 years ago or something like that. And we're like, well, that sucks, bro. We'll just feed you. Just come up. It was pretty funny. And nobody liked it. Like, none of the townspeople liked him, obviously, because he's a gross mimic. So, it was pretty funny overall. Oh, man, I got a million of those, stories, man. The amount of D&D that I played was ridiculous with nonsensical plots like that. You know?
Oh yes, I know the knowledge you seek.
Oh, we had so much comedy gold in our D&D games, man. I've the hardest I've ever laughed was probably playing D&D with my own group, man. We love doing stuff like that, just subverting D&D things, you know. Just to know, because we'd all been fantasy, you know. We've all been fantasy aficionados for a long time, so this one's going on forever here, man. Let's just pop this Loth. I'm not gonna win this one. Cause I got nothing. I'm outpaced here, so we're just gonna drop out. Do 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 do. Hey, good night, driver. We're dropping off here in a second. Whoa, what was that? Oh, look, it's my whatchamacallit. It's my browser. All right. Oh, we got us a Demir, boys. We got us a Demir. Alright, let's put down... Oh, it's Zombos. Everybody, nobody panic, but it's Zombos. Alright, everybody just stay cool. Everybody just stay cool. It's freaking Zombos. Comedy gold mine. I wish I could draw even a little bit, because I would do animated cartoons of the funny shit that happened in my old games, like Puffin Forest. Man, I have so many good D&D stories. They are hilarious. I have so many good D&D stories, man. Especially from Vampire the Masquerade. They're hilarious, too. We got into so much shit. Zombo breaker. You think I don't know my old school fighting games, man? You think that I'm not a full-on child of the 90s? Zombie breaker. I wonder what he's gonna do here. He's not having too much luck. He's not having too much luck. Is he gonna swing in with the Zombos? Alright, he's gonna swing in with the Zombo here. Let's see if we pop Jadar. How he feels. Oh, okay. He just kind of gave up. Alright. That's a bit odd. I'm a bit confused. That's what it is. Okay, so -2. What we're gonna do is we want Voice of the Blessed. There you go. Zombo breaker. Alright, we want that. And then we want Maul. Let's go to the Maul. And let's swing in with the Maul. Alright, that looks good. Firing on all cylinders there. Let's hope and pray he doesn't have direct removal, because I threw out my hexproof. No, he's got Blade Stitch Scob. Headless Rider. Okay, none of that's gonna matter. None of that matters. No blocks. We'll take the 3. Will be the station that takes the hits. The station that takes the hits. Alright. Let's get rid of Jadar. Gain a life. Put that down. Boof. And then we will go in. Blastoise. There we go. Alright. And now we have a Beaming Defiance, so unless he has a wipe, he is lights out. No, Archghoul Thraben, despite your awesome art off Archghoul Thraben, that is not going to help. I'm sorry, my guy. I am very sorry. It's not going to help. You can get popped. You can get popped. Good game, man. Good game. And we bring the hammer down. Oof, we bring the hammer down on the zombies. And that, of course, is going to be a Zombo breaker. There, I did it for you, Stormblood. You got your Zombo breaker. You got it, boy. Alright, guys, we're going to leave it right there tonight. Had to go mono white aggro on him, man. It's no country for exotic decks. No country for exotic decks here, boys. Word of the day is going to be mall. Because I really think we got to go to the mall. No, I'm spelling it wrong. M-A-U-L, not M-A-L-L. Although you could go to the M-A-L-L. Just make sure you wear your mask. And until next time, guys, I've been Jay Villain. And you've been great.